Welcome to the Surgical Services Department at Franciscan Hospital for Children. Specializing in caring for all children, including those with special needs, our surgical team provides the highest quality outpatient surgical services in a family-centered environment. This is Annie and her mom, Barbara. Annie is coming to Franciscan today to have a team of people fix her teeth. Even though Annie had to wake up early this morning, she did not forget to bring her stuffed animal with her. The first thing Annie and her mom do when they arrive at Franciscan is go to the registration desk. This is where Annie's mom tells the staff that they are here for their appointment. A staff member walks Annie and Barbara down to the waiting room where Annie can play with toys, watch TV, or read books while she waits. Soon, a nurse will call Annie's name and bring her to a special room with other kids while she waits for the doctor. The pre-op room is where kids get ready for their surgery. Annie gets her own bed to sit on while she gets ready. The first thing Annie does in pre-op is have her vital signs taken. All this means is that the nurse will take Annie's temperature, blood pressure, oxygen level, weight, and listen to her heartbeat. Annie thinks the blood pressure cuff feels like it is giving her a big hug. When the nurse puts the soft clip on Annie's finger, Annie concentrates on the big computer to see if she can get her magic number all the way up to 100. Annie gets a bracelet called an ID band that has her name on it. The nurses and doctors will look at her ID band a lot before surgery to make sure they have the right information. Annie also gets special pajamas to wear for the day that have tigers on them. Next, Annie and her mom meet lots of new people. Annie's anesthesiologist is the doctor who will give her the special sleeping medicine that she needs during surgery. The medicine will help Annie sleep through the whole surgery, so she will not feel or hear anything until the doctors are done and ready to wake her up. Annie also meets a child life specialist who teaches Annie all about the operating room, answers any questions Annie has, and brings Annie stickers and chapstick so she can decorate her own anesthesia mask. Annie will wear the anesthesia mask over her nose and mouth when she goes to the operating room. Her doctor will use the mask to give her the special medicine air that will help her sleep. Annie's child life specialist can also provide games for her to play while she goes into the operating room to help Annie feel calm and have fun. Annie's dentist also comes in to talk to her and her mom about what she is going to do while Annie is sleeping. She also looks in Annie's mouth to see how her teeth look. Next, Annie goes into the operating room. Annie's bed is a special hospital bed that has wheels on it, so Annie doesn't even have to get up and walk there. Her mom has to wear a silly blue hat and walks next to her as her nurse pushes the bed and Annie snuggles with her stuffed animal, or plays a game with her child life specialist. In the operating room, Annie gets to climb onto a new big bed. When Annie looks up, she sees big lights that look like spaceships and lots of fancy computers. Annie's mom stays with her the whole time while the anesthesiologist gives Annie the mask to put on her face. Even with the mask on her face, Annie can still play with her mom or her child life specialist while she waits for the medicine to work. Once the medicine air goes into the mask, Annie falls asleep. A staff member will come and tell Annie's mom when Annie's surgery is done, and someone will walk her back to the recovery room where Annie is resting. Annie is still sleeping when her mom arrives, so the recovery room is calm and quiet so that Annie can keep sleeping until she is ready to wake up. Surgery can be scary, so it's okay if Annie wakes up and feels like she needs to cry. Her mom can hold her until she starts to feel calm again. Once Annie is ready, she has a popsicle and some juice to drink. Annie notices that she has some tape on her foot. This is because the doctors gave Annie some medicine through a soft straw in her foot while she was sleeping. Finally, Annie gets to pick out a prize for all the hard work she did today. Once Annie changes into her own clothes, she can ride in a wheelchair or a special wagon back out to her car to go home. Annie is all done with her surgery. The next day, a nurse will call Annie's mom to check in and see how Annie is feeling. This way, if Annie or her mom has any questions they forgot to ask, the nurse will make sure to answer them. Annie did such a great job today, and she wants you to know that you can have fun and play at Franciscan when you come to visit, too.